very good evening and welcome to a Date with a Dinner Set program 100. I am like a coiled spring, I am, with excitement. It is so good to see you. I'm sorry if I haven't greeted you in person. There's so many people in the chat room. It's really lovely. And I know a lot of people lurk but don't like to chat, and some people watch on catch up. But you are most welcome to our 100th broadcast. I know it seems barely possible, does it not? So I thought we'd give you a bit of, indeed, as Daisy said, No Business Like Show Business from Annie Get Your Gun by Irving Berlin. But that wasn't really a song, so you don't get any points for that, Daisy. No chocolate going your way. So as we become accustomed on a Date with a Dinner Set, if you want to talk about the songs or the composers or context, you're most welcome to. I will say at the outset that everything I am playing tonight is so well known that you might not want to bother with that game. It's up to you. But I do have a puzzle for you. No, not just the one on my tie. Boom. But I do have a puzzle for you. Hello, Ellie. Lovely to see you. Hi, Danny. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. A puzzle for you. And that is, do you know... what do you know? Do you know which composer has featured most often on A Date with a Dinner Set? It's quite interesting, actually. And do you know which song we have played most often on A Date with a Dinner Set? Well, let's find out. And this is all how it started back in June 2020 in those dismal first lockdown days. On the 7th of June, it was just a, should we do something? Let's cheer everyone up and let's have half an hour of music. And that's what we did. And this is exactly what happened on that first broadcast. Indeed. Come Fly With Me. That's how it started back in June 2020. Come Fly With Me, written by Jimmy Van Heusen in 1956, and of course, as made famous by good old Frank Sinatra. If you like what you're hearing and seeing, do give it a thumbs up. Oh, I'm glad you liked the key change, Monty. Put it into a more bass-friendly key, really, didn't it? Hannah, that's a very interesting idea. Good evening, Tamsin, by the way. Very interesting idea about guessing in emojis. I'm looking at my list, and I'm not sure it will be suitable for work if we do it like that. It's just a thought. So you can probably see I'm surrounded by wonderful things which have all been gifted by various people who watch the show. So we have some beautiful flowers, some balloons, which I hope don't explode, and a beautiful 100 card here. And where is it? Ah, coffee, most important. I don't know if you can see that. This is a very, very special gift. And one of the features in this program is a shaky hand by the looks of things. No, is a cup of coffee. But this is a very special coffee cup that arrived on my portal this week, as it were. And this does have a picture of two otters. If you don't know what we're talking about, you will later. It's become a bit of a feature of this program that we have otters. Gosh, a cup of coffee is quite heavy when you hold it up. I'm not going to do that. Good evening, Martin. How lovely to see you. So it's been quite tricky to sort of work out what we're going to do tonight, and I thought the best way to do it was to actually extend the programme. So we've got 12 pieces lined up for you, and an intro. You've had that. And an outro, so that's not too bad. Oh, they do, don't they? Wonderful. I'm just waiting for one to get sort of heated up by the lights and sort of explode and, yes, cover me in helium and deplete the world's resource of that even more. Anyway, so as I say, we have 12 songs for you this evening. And here is another very popular one we've had on the show many times. Do enjoy. I love this new emoji game you've invented, people. It's fascinating. But yes, yes, of course, that was Beauty and the Beast, written in 1991 by the wonderful Alan Menken with the late Howard Ashman. I know it was remade in 2017, but the original is sometimes the best. I might be biased on that one. So here's a little factoid for you. Ties feature, and I've worn 97, I know, out of my 864 collection. Hello, Jamie. Blimmin' heck, chap. Wow, you've started your packing early, mister. I am impressed. Don't forget your passport this time, eh? Good evening, Flynn, by the way. So there's a little fact about our 100 programmes that 97 ties have been worn. And you can probably see that tonight's is a little jigsaw number. And this was actually handmade for me by a girl in my form when I was full-time teaching back in 1994. She made this fantastic tie for me. And this is only the fourth time I've worn it. It's so special, but I thought tonight was an occasion to use it. Good evening, Lindsay. How lovely to see you. So how are we doing? We've got 12 songs to get in. And if you want to do the puzzle that's going on this evening, it's to think about which composer we have featured most often in the past 99 programmes, and possibly which song has featured the most. On we go. Hope you're having fun. I'm having a whale of a time, even a blue whale of a time, David James. Yes, I rather thought my video might put you off. Um, it was indeed, I think it was the Robertson clan that said it was by Antonio Carlos Jobim, Tom Jobim, and it was written in 1960. But the reason for showing the sort of beachy shot was that Tom Jobim was inspired by Ipanema Beach to write so many of his wonderful 1960s bossa novas. But that one was indeed, as Hannah's just typed in, Meditation. Beautiful track, as beautifully sung by Astrid Gilberto. So I'm pretty sure you are all subscribed, but if we've got any new lurkers in here this evening, please do subscribe to the channel. I seem to be hovering at a rather annoying 399 subscribers, and it'd be nice to tip over the edge, wouldn't it? So if you've not subscribed, then do that, and if you want to know when things are going up, you need to press the bell icon, and then you'll know what is happening. So I did say that we were going to have like a documentary. It is being done, but I thought we could have too many presents at once, too much on Christmas Day, and everyone gets sick. You know, it's not the way to do it. So that is coming. I have put together quite a few little bits of video about what goes into the program, because it is an input, shall we say, of between sort of 10 and 16 hours per week to prepare this wonderful program. For us all to enjoy, and I include myself there. But I do get a few sort of questions via email and stuff, so I've made a few notes on what things that I've been asked, and I thought I might give a few answers as we go along this evening, and also so I can drink my coffee, of course. So one of the things that gets asked quite often is, when you're getting ready to play a piece, you put your hands down on the keyboard, like that, and then you do that. Boom, 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 as if you don't know where the notes are. Well, that may well be true, but the actual reason what I'm doing is, because I play them slightly differently each time, well, in some cases a lot differently, what I'm doing is what I call voicing, deciding where the melody is going to be, the shape of the chord, all that sort of thing. So that's the reason why the hands sort of shake occasionally. So that may have answered that one. One more question I've had. Someone said, does it say how? Yeah, how do you do all this? How do you sort of present it, look at the camera and play and remember and all the other things? Somebody else said, why do you do it? Well, the reason I do it is for absolute love. I love playing the piano. I would do it 24/7. I don't think my neighbours would like that. I have, incidentally, got wonderful neighbours who are very understanding, and they know that I'm going on 15 or 20 minutes later tonight. So it's really, really useful. I feel very blessed that I'm able to sort of play to my heart's content. And when it's too late to play the grand piano, there's always the digital. Mentally rehearsing. Thank you, Brother Mark. You rescued me there on that one. Okay. Let's put the otter coffee down. So the next song that I'm going to play, the reason I'm playing this one is of the 212 videos that are now on my YouTube channel. This one gets the most views, or has got the most views, for an inexplicable reason. It's had 4.8 thousand views, which is wonderful. It's way above everything else, so obviously it ticked a few boxes for some people. We've had it before at least twice on the show. In fact, we had it in the 50th programme last year, but I hope you enjoy our next song. Aren't those flowers and balloons wonderful? And my title, just so colourful tonight, isn't it? Yeah, it's a great big party here. Shut up and get on the music. Well done, Daisy, and Hannah and everyone. That was indeed how do you keep the music playing? It seems quite an apt one. As I say, it's the most watched video on my channel, which is really lovely, by the wonderful Michel Legrand, written in 1982 for the film Best Friends. So I hope you enjoyed that one. It is one of my all-time favourite songs, and as I say, it's one of the oldest on the channel. It went up over 5 years ago, that one. So here's another little factoid for you, just while I finish a cup of coffee. At least 100 cups of coffee. I think some of you know I keep the tins in which the beans come. I've got an absurd amount of empty tins, but I think, oh, that'd be useful one day. Barbara says it sounds like two little boys. Okay. Here's another one, which is a favourite of mine and a favourite on my channel, and I know we've got at least 3 Blands in the room, or were in the room. They will recognise this one instantly, as will many of you. Lovely bit of atmospheric music. I hope you enjoy our next one. Good evening, Janet. Yes, at least four blands in now. Yeah, of course we did. What are we looking at? Let's look at something else. Let's look at me. Too many buttons, too many exciting things going on. I think my coiled spring is becoming unwound. That was Cold Feet, and of course, as Tamsin and Jamie and Monty remember, we've performed it live and we've done a recording of it. So there we go. And Martin, yes, indeed. I'm glad you enjoyed that one. Let's make a diary date. Let's have a mega recording session. Fantastic. Written, that was, by the wonderful Mr. Peter Skellern, who passed away a few years back. And he wrote it in 1980, and it was part of his album Still Magic. It really, really needs to be... it needs to be more well known, that one. It's such an evocative track, I think. Okay. I hope you're all having fun. I'm having a super time. Don't forget to press the like button. Very important. We do want that to help our merry little channel along. Okay, so we're doing one of my sort of, let's call it party pieces now. I was specially asked to do this one tonight. And this is a piece I've played in concerts before. It's also on the channel. It was one of the original channel updates. Martin, you will remember back from when we recorded in 2016 by one of my favourite composers. I nearly remembered earlier on to say that, Hannah. Yes, thanks to Hannah. In the little trailer that goes every week, you'll see that there's a sort of 5-second clip that comes up that says ggthepianoman, and the hands are sort of moving like that. Well, not like that. And Hannah is quite correct, because Hannah made me that little animation. It is a bit of cold feet, and the much more interesting fun fact about that is that Hannah sent it to me and said, "So what are you playing here?" And I could not work it out at all. And it was days and days and days and days. And I don't think I even got it in the end. But there you go. So in some ways, Cold Feet appears every week. There you go. You heard it here. Anyway, what are we doing? Oh, yes, we're playing a little party piece, my own little versionette, by one of my favourite composers. Do enjoy. Oh dear, it's different every time. Um, yes, as you all said and tried to emoji, that was by the other GG, George Gershwin. And of course, it was, well, it was originally, before I got my hands on it, it was I Got Rhythm from Girl Crazy from 1930. And as I say, that was one of the original uploads on the channel. And indeed, Jamie, you're quite correct. It's pretty similar each time, pretty similar. So indeed, that is on the channel. Oh, I'm all out of breath now. Fantastic. So here is. Well, I just have a sip of something magical, magic water or something. Here's another fact for you. Hello, Cousin Glenn. How lovely to see you, chap. Welcome to the party. It's absolute mayhem and madness here. Oh, wow. That's fantastic, Tamsin. Good news. So if you've just joined us, Cousin Glenn, welcome to A Date with a Dinner Set programme 100, our 100th broadcast. How very exciting for me and for all of you. It's so good to see so many of you here, and I know some of you are lurking in the background, not wishing to raise your head above the parapet. So there we go. It's a thought. It's a thought, Tamsin. Yeah. So as you saw there, I had to count it up. It took a bit of time. 952 songs we've done since we started doing A Date with a Dinner Set, which originally started off. It was called My Lounge is Your Lounge, and it was on a Sunday lunchtime, and it was really just to fill a void for everyone that we were feeling during that first lockdown. But also I had a huge void because I wasn't playing at the hotel, and I thought, well, let's just do this once, and that's how it's grown from there. Unimaginable that 100 programs later, here we are. And one of the other features, I don't know why I'm going to do this, one of the other features of the programme has been the gong. I am not going to Bacharach the gong in front of the microphone because that would blow everyone up. But in the early, crikey, that's heavy. In the early days of My Lounge is Your Lounge, A Date with a Dinner Set, I picked this up at the start and did it. Got fed up with that after about 6 weeks, so we then recorded the gong sound, but it just to show you that it... Pardon my stomach. Just to show you that that gong actually exists. So we're doing A Date with a Dinner Set, an extended version. We're running through to about 10 to 8 this evening. And we have 12 songs. And what I've tried to do this evening is to pick the ones that you have enjoyed the most over the past 99 programs, as well as some of the ones which are most popular on the channel, and also to try and get a mixture of things going on as well. So I think I'm just about calmed down from I Got Rhythm. So just because I've got a nice video to go with this one, and it's one of my favourite songs, I hope you enjoy this somewhat quieter one now. knew you'd like that one, and I know you like that coloured smoke. It's one of the most fascinating bits of video that I've got. And some of you know a bit of a history of what's been going on in my YouTube channel. It's taken me quite a while to learn how YouTube works and a little bit about copyright law. And I've had a few near misses. Let's just not ever talk about pumpkins again, shall we? But now I make sure that all the video footage that I use is actually royalty free, because I don't like getting into trouble. I've been to YouTube copyright school once, and if you've ever been on an AA driving course, the YouTube copyright school is about 100 times worse. I tell you. Oh, thank you. That's exciting news. Hannah's just typed in 400 subscribers. Yay! Oh, I'm not a numbers person, but that's great news. Wonderful. Anyway, what did we play? Yeah, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes by Jerome Kern from 1933 from the musical Roberta. So we're trying to do a mixture of things this evening, and you will also recall that if you want to, we're trying to, between us, work out who is the most played composer in the last 99 programmes of A Date with a Dinner Set, and what is the most played tune. I know the answer to one of those, I think, which is good, really, because it's sort of my channel. I should know what's going on, shouldn't I? Okay, so here's one we have had not that long ago, but it's a favourite, and it's in the programme tonight for two reasons. I thought you had a slip finger then, Hannah, with your emojis. Um, I have only just got it when you said, and you nearly put me off yet again. Yeah, a little in joke going on. Anyway, lots of you, of course, know we had it not that long ago, a matter of weeks ago. It was, of course, close to you. Written by one of our favourites on the show, Mr. Burt Bacharach. There he is. That was taken, I think, on his 90th birthday concert. He's still going strong at 93 or 4. And it was originally written in 1963. But, of course, we all know it from the most famous cover version of it, when it really rocked the world, so to speak, in 1970, when the Carpenters covered it in an arrangement by Richard Carpenter with Burt Bacharach producing. So there you go, you heard it here. But yeah, it's quite interesting with that. Originally, as I say, it's from 1963, but 1970, and all these years later, it's just one of those instantly recognisable pieces of music. So once again, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been giving me things, the lovely flowers, balloons, cards, otter mug for coffee, all that sort of thing. It is so appreciated. I have such fun doing these programmes. And what's next? I've lost the plot. Oh yeah, now this I wasn't going to play this because again we've had this year, but it's a really good feel-good song, and it's obvious why we've got it. It's part of my Mickey Mouse balloon ears. It's amazing, those balloons, Tamsin. I know you were commenting earlier on. They were perfectly positioned, but they sort of wafted in the wind. It's quite weird. Never mind. Hope you enjoy the next feel-good song. indeed, Pip. In fact, some of that footage was from the Bristol Balloon Festival. Miles, I'm with you there, chap. That's how I first knew the song, when I was a nipper as the Nimble Bread advert. So exciting when in my little home hamlet of Hereford, the Nimble Balloon went over. That was probably the most exciting thing that ever happened in Hereford. Sorry, Brother Mark, about that. Indeed, Jamie. Happy memories of recording that. And, of course, you played such a big part in that. Happy packing. Good trip. And look forward to seeing you when you get back to the UK, mister. Thank you for being here on this very special occasion. Yeah, I love balloons. And some people who know me know that it is my lifetime ambition to go up in a hot air balloon. We shall see. So that was, of course, Up and Away from 1967, written by Jimmy Webb and as made famous by the Fifth Dimension. Don't forget, if you haven't done it already, give it a like, give it a comment, share it on, share the good news. It's the comments and the likes that help to spread whatever it is we do on the channel around the world. And we do have quite a little global whatnot going on. Okay, so how are we doing? Yeah, okay, we're running bang on time. So here's something a little more gentle again. Yes, of course, another evergreen. The happiest sound in all the world is back, and that's just a date with a dinner set here on Programme 100 on May the 15th. It is a very beautiful, evocative tune, written, of course, for the show, The Sound of Music, originally in I'm going to say 1959. Mark Turville, you might be able to correct me there, but then of course made famous as a film a little bit later. So we've got a couple more songs to go. And I'm just going to be very British now and talk about the weather. It's been a bit odd here in the UK. We seem to get a really hot day and then it pours down with rain. That's certainly what's been happening here. It's, as I say, a question of one wet and one dry, which is an amazing link as we go and visit in a suburb of Tokyo our friends Kotaro and Hana, the otters. And there he is, cheeky chappy, Kotaro. And this is a very interesting episode that they uploaded this week. Several things going on in there, so I thought you'd like to see a little bit about their behaviour. As you know, we ever since last autumn, I'm absolutely in love with these wonderful otters. And they do a couple of uploads a week. Their channel name is Kotsumet. They are house otters, and there we go, one wet, one dry, his favourite trick, Kotaro. They are wonderful, cute characters, very lovingly cared for, and they have everything they want in this apartment in Tokyo. They have several pools, they have their own bathroom, they're house trained, they go for walks, they've got their own transport, they got a multitude of toys, and they have all sorts of tricks that they can both do. They can do things like high fives, they can juggle, they're just so fascinating to watch, and as I say, let's call them their house parents, are totally dedicated to them. So in this episode, it looks like Dad had to go out to work and interrupted the routine of Hana, who normally gets a cuddle after dinner, and so was sulking in her toy box. It's quite amazing the behaviours that these wonderful East Asian otters show. So she's angry much, quite. She's all put about because she hasn't got a cuddle with Dad. So Kotaro's fine, he's going for a swim in the indoor pool, but look, she's gone off to sulk somewhere else now. She's in the corner sulking because she didn't get her cuddle. Oh. So, as I say, you do like to go and see the otters, Kotaro and see what they're up to. If you ever need something to smile at and there's a way of forgetting about the troubles in the world, look them up. Kotsumet is the name of the channel. They've got about 1.3 million subscribers. There they are at the front door. They're waiting anxiously for Dad to come back so that they can have their cuddles and their playtime. And I guess like other animals, they just sense, don't they, when it's time for someone to come home. They understand it. It's amazing behaviour. There we go, Dad's home. So that running about like that, absolutely excited. And there's a lovely phrase here now from Dad. Did you miss me? And the answer? There you have it. So our friends Kotaro and Hana, the otters, which does mean that we have 2 more songs left, and we try and be a little bit topical on the programme as well. Now tomorrow, 16th of May, would have been this person's 103rd birthday, had he lived that long. So it's a medley. I'm not a great medley fan, but this person always ended every single show with these 3 songs as part of a medley. So I'm going to try and do it in his inimitable style. I do hope you enjoy this little tribute to somebody who would have been 103 tomorrow on the 16th of May. So do enjoy our penultimate. Yeah, I think a candelabra would finish me off. It would certainly probably finish off the the balloons. Yeah, so a little tribute to Liberace, wonderful, talented performer who would have been 103 tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed that one. So we are reaching really. We've got one more song to go in a minute, but a few more important things to be said because I have such fun doing all this for you. And I so often think of my parents when I do this. My dear father would have been tickled pink, and in fact all the colours of the rainbow, about this show. And the reason I'm thinking about father, particularly today, my father ran a hospital radio broadcast show for well over 10 years, and he clocked up more than 500 programmes in his time. And so I've got a little way to go, but we've made it to 100, and I'm just grinning like a Cheshire cat because I'm enjoying it so much. So we've got one more song to go. Don't go yet, because the last song is very, very, very important. But before we go into our final song today, I have something to say, and it is this. It strikes me there's an awful lot of thank yous going on to me. Thank yous for the music. No, that's not a cue for a song. I think it's time that I actually thanked you, because without your support, none of this would have been possible. This simple little idea that was only going to be for 1 week has grown into this monstrous thing that happens every week. And it is thanks to your generous support that it is possible, because let's remember that you so generously raised the funds to buy the new equipment, and I get a lot of support behind the scenes from a lot of people with this. As they say in show business, quit while you're ahead. And they also say a lot of other things in show business. And they also say about hobbies or things that you do. If you're not enjoying what you do, then you should stop. I thought I'd just leave that hanging there. Don't worry, nothing is stopping at all. Can you see? I have a whale of a time doing this for you every week. And it seems only right, as I say once again, before we do our very special final song here on our 100th broadcast, that I say a huge, heartfelt thank you to all of you for supporting the channel. Thank you so much, and enjoy our final song. Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning on an ever spinning reel, like a snowball down a mountain or a carnival balloon, like a carousel that's turning, running rings around the moon, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face. And the world is like an apple whirling silently in space, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind, like a tunnel that you follow to a tunnel of its own, down a hollow to a cavern where the sun has never shone, like a door that keeps revolving in a half-forgotten dream, or the ripples from a pebble someone tosses in a stream, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face, and the world is like an apple whirling silently in space, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind. Keys that jingle in your pocket, words that jangle in your head. Why did summer go so quickly? Was it something that I said? Lovers walk along the shore and leave their footprints in the sand. Is the sound of distant drumming just the fingers of your hand? Pictures hanging in a hallway and the fragment of a song, half-remembered names and faces, but to whom do they belong? When you knew that it was over, you were suddenly aware that the autumn leaves were turning to the colour of her hair. Like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning on an ever spinning reel. As the images unwind, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind. I said I'd do it one day. I'm no singer, as you know, but it seemed a nice way to end the show. I've had a great time. There's a lot of comments that I want to catch up on, which I will do tomorrow. But in the interest of my neighbour's sanity, we have to draw our 100th celebrations to a close. Thank you so much for everything. And we will be back next week for programme 101. Do take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for being here this evening, and